I just had to let you know you're.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today I want to present my website project, namely Tech Club Open Day 2026. So here's part 1, planning and values. For target user, this website is specially designed for 3 main categories, namely student, visitors and lecturers. This can be seen in the registration form section, where users need to select their respective categories. In terms of user needs, I focus on clear information such as the date, time and location of the event displayed in the module. In addition, the registration process is made easy through a simple form. So this website is also mobile friendly because it uses Bootstrap and has direct function for calling, email and SMS. For good practice, I emphasize 3 main things, namely usability, accessibility and clarity. For example, the use of clear buttons such as register now, as well as tooltips on the contact bar help user understand the function of each icon. In terms of prioritization, I prioritize usability over a design that is too beautiful. For example, even though I use a gradient design and animation, I make sure that navigation is easy and does not disturb the user. If the website is beautiful but difficult to use, the user will immediately leave. So I pass to my friends for part 2.
So we go to the part 2, development. For the first page, index.html, I started with a header that shows the name of the event. Then there is a contact bar that allows users to directly call, email or SMS. Next, I put an event description so that users understand the purpose of this event. I also use Bootstrap cards to display highlights such as live demos, workshop and networking. I also use models to display additional information such as the date and location of the event without having the change pages. Tooltips were also used on the contact icon to help users understand the function more clearly. Next, the gallery section shows pictures of related activities to attract users' interest. Finally, there is a register now button as a call to action. Then for the second page, register.html, I prepared a form with several fields such as name, email, phone number, institution and category. I use JavaScript for validation. For example, if the user does not fill in the information, an error message will be displayed. If all inputs are correct, the message will say registration successful will appear using fade in effect. Navigation is also easy, but users can press submit or return to the main page with the back button. So we go to the part 3.
Okay, part 3, interactivity. Okay. Part 3, interactivity jQuery. In the interactivity selection, I use jQuery to control the dynamic function. First of all, document ready, which ensure that all code is only execute after the page is loaded. This is important to avoid error, especially when access HTML element. Next is event handling. For example, when the user click the submit button, the system will run validation and determine whether the form is valid or not.
For page transition, I use effects such as fade in on the success message to give the user smoother experience. Reverse transition also occurs when the user presses the back button to return to the main page, making navigator more natural. Okay.
Jadi ni adalah dia punya output. Kita boleh tengok header session dia. So kita ada 2 tick macam call. Ini adalah email. Dan juga ini adalah SMS. So ni pula adalah description dia. So button ni, button move version akan terus ke pop up. Nah, itu adalah dia punya information lah tentang maklumat event tu. Kita pergi pada event highlight. Kita ada cut grid. Dan dia menggunakan effect hover pada CSS, pada external CSS. Sama juga seperti gallery. Sama juga menggunakan effect hover dan cut grid yang tersusun. Dan bawah adalah button register. So adalah ni dia punya form dia lah. Jadi kita just masukkan nama. Contoh ya, kita masukkan nama. Ini adalah email. So kita boleh select kategori, contoh macam student. Yang ni kita kena masukkan alias sebagai email kita lah. Jadi nombor form pun kena masuk. Hanya boleh letak nombor je, tak boleh letak huruf. Institution kita buat contoh PUO. Dan kategori kita boleh select sebagai student. Jadi kita punya output registration successful dah selesai. Jadi itu sahaja untuk part 2 dan part 3.
For the last part 4 about location and justification. So in terms of design and functionality, I prefer functionality. Design is important, but clear and easy to use is more to function because have more impact on the user. So for ethical consideration, I make sure this website is accessible and user friendly. For example, clear label on each input and the use of colors are still readable. Finally, in decision making, I often choose simplicity over overly complex functionality. For example, I don't use an overly advanced registration system, but just basic validation so that user don't get confused. So in conclusion, this website is built with and focus on a simple, clear and practical user experience while maintaining interactive elements and interactive design. Thank you.